It is April the 5th, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray Rec site in the St.simons Sound. And it would appear that problems persist with the cutting of Section 7. I got a shot today. Looks like the guys were out with the torches again in the area of that offshore cutting chain, east side cutting chain, cutting away at some of the metal in there, maybe trying to widen the gap for that chain to fall into the groove that was previously cut on the first attempt to separate Section 7. It looks like still having some trouble. We didn't see any cutting going on. We did see some more sheening on the water. This has been a persistent problem out at the site where this sheen it contains a little bit of heavier oil in places, continues to weep out of the Golden Ray as it sits open in the Sound. And this is what we don't want to see. This is on the incoming tide, heading back into the estuary. Can't be good for the marsh grass and for the other stuff that makes its home in there, especially springtime, things starting to warm up. Sea life beginning to spawn, and it's just hate to see it, but it was there. That said, the guys are still out there trying to do their best to get this stuff picked up as best they can. The boom boats were out. We could see pulling absorbent material off the boats. They had 4 of these guys that were out working the site, doing their best to get this stuff kind of mopped up. And we know that they've got a daunting task. It's just really hard to grab everything that comes out of the ship, especially you throw in some of the current and the wind blowing, and it becomes a little bit of a challenge. Now, you can see that there is a little bit of chop on the water, and that adds to the frustration trying to get that dealt with. But here we go with the blocks, the cutting blocks, the site, kind of looking down the ship, and really didn't see a whole lot of change today. They did have divers in the water. We could tell by the radio traffic that they did have some divers working around the ship. Again, we think this is just all an effort to try to get this cutting chain lined back up with that original groove. Things just aren't working out like I think they had hoped, but we're optimistic that they can get this thing back into position and resume cutting. And now we've got some stills coming up and kind of showing you the position of the chain. Still really no big difference in what we've seen in the past couple days. We haven't seen any cutting operations going on. We haven't seen the blocks move since Friday. And that's not to say that they haven't moved. Of course, we're just a little snapshot of the day while we're out there. But this is what we're observing when we're out on the site. And the inshore side, that west side block, and it'd be the right hand side, and it's on the chain that's in the hull. It looks like it is in the groove. It looks like it is where it is supposed to be, over on that keel side of the ship. We're still seeing that chain in that position. It's this side, the east side, and it's just not falling back into place. Hopefully, again, they can get that kind of worked out. Now, what we did see today, we saw the tugboat Cheetah inside the environmental barrier, and it looked to us like they were pulling. Now, this is either they're doing maintenance, maybe replacing some anchoring line systems, or maybe they're adding an anchoring line system in an effort to maybe reposition the VB10,000 in an effort to try to get that chain into position. We're not exactly sure what's going on, but we did see this activity taking place, and we got some still shots of it. It's really kind of too far away to do anything with the video, but here you can see that line coming off of the back of the Cheetah, and this was going back towards the VB 10,000. Well, hey, that's about all we've got for today. We'll ask if you haven't done it, click that subscribe button, send us some comments. Love getting comments. And most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.